Hey guys, welcome back to welcome to my channel. I'm sure this is your first time stopping, showing you how I achieved this makeup look. So stay tuned. Okay, so guys, I'll be taking my lip balm to moisturize my lips, then taking this pulley right here to brush up my hairs in preparation for my brows. Then I'll take this regular highbrow pencil that I have with me here. It's a regular one. I'm sure everybody recognizes this, to draw my brows slightly outlining the brows on the top and the bottom part. So I like to extend this to a little bit corner of my nose, then just draw that very well. Then doing the same thing up to get the shape of the brows I want. So yes, while doing that, you want to ensure your pencil is sharp, guys. The sharper the better. And I'm going to slightly fill this in with my pencil to draw airline strokes. Then I'm going to be taking my hair brow, guys. This angle looks really bad. So I'm going to be taking the Heyyy Girl Pro concealer to clean up the brows. So yes, so I like going with the arc first before extending this to the top of my top of my brows. So yes, I picked a little bit more concealer. I don't like to use too much concealers because I feel the less I use, the more natural it comes out. So drag the concealer down to have a flawless finish. And slightly extend that to drag and blend it down, guys. You don't want hello brows in 2020. So as you can see, that looks okay. Show it up a little bit more, you guys. So I like to blend this down to just conceal a little bit, yeah, just that area to conceal it. Then I'm going to be concealing the upper part of my brows, just using this flat brush to drag it down. Then to further conceal that, then I'm taking more concealer to the edge of my brows. That's the starting point, to blend it and make it look more natural, as you can see here. Then using a spoolie to brush the brows in place and just set it. If you want to use a brow gel, this is the time. Just use a brow gel to set your brows in place. So after drawing that brows, as you can see, looks really nice. Then I'm going to do the same to my other brows. So now that I have the two brows done, I'm going to be taking my LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Fawn to prime my eyelids. So just putting it there to prime that in. So this is just a base for my eyeshadow. You can use any you can use any primer you want, or you can use your foundation, just anything. I don't prime the lids. Applying a little bit more there. Then I'm using my brush, the same brush I used to conceal my brows. I'm using it to blend that in and just spread it out. So after blending that in, I went in with my fingers. Nothing blends more than your fingers. Oh. Then I'm setting the concealer with a translucent setting powder that I have. Just tapping that in part. So guys, I went in with the Emerald Obsession palette. I took this very light mint green shape just as my transition shade, applying that all over my lids. This is a very simple green eyeshadow look, guys. So I applied that light mint shade all over my eyelids. Then I went in with this darker green shade, applying it all over my lids as well. So guys, at this point I realized that why wasn't this color picking up, until I realized I was using the opposite side that I applied eyeshadow in to blend. Can you imagine? So after before blending that in, applying it all over, like I said, all over my eyelids, guys, I went back in with this emerald shimmery shade right here, applying that with my brush, just patting it in, patting. So I realized my hand is the best though. So for this shade, as you know, most of those palettes, your hand picks up a lot better. So I picked up the eyeshadow with my hand, to blend it in. So I continue taking that. So whatever I do on my left eye, guys, I'm going to be replicating it off camera on my right just to save time. So apply it all over your lids. Just keep applying until you are satisfied with the amount you have. But I just kept going on because I wanted it to be really full and look very, very pretty. So once in a while, I went in with my brush to just get the shape I want and to further blend it in. Then after applying that on both my eyes, I took the light shade. I'm going to be popping up the color on the screen. I just took the light shimmery lime shade from the palette and applied it in the middle of my eyelids. Create like an halo effect. I wasn't doing halo because I didn't put concealer. I just applied it over the darker shade I had on. Then I used another color of shimmery shade from the same palette to apply it to the edges. As you can see, just put it on the edges, you guys. That's just it. Applying the center so it looks nice. So do the same thing to the other side of my eyes. Then I'm done. That's just it. I told you this look was very, very simple. That's it for the high look. Then I went in to take I went in further with that mint eyeshadow to just blend the edges, to blend it well and make it look flawless. That's all, you guys. That's all for the eye. So I took those makeup remover wipes. I have to clean out all the fallout. This is why I do my eyes before my foundation, you guys. Fallout. Imagine doing your foundation before this step, you guys. Crazy amount of fallout. Then I'm taking my eyeliner to just draw my wing. So I do a straight line first. Then at this point, you guys, that look I gave me, I just slightly went overboard with the eyeliner, but it still looks cute. Still looks cute. Then I'm drawing it up. I'm just drawing it. I am drawing a straight line. Then going in a little bit more. Yes, to get it darker. And that's it, guys. So I've drawn the second eye. And I'm going to be applying my lashes. Taking my lash glue around the edges, then placing it. And just pressing it together. That's it, guys. My eyes is complete. So I took this oil. I use this oil as a moisturizer and a primer. It's a serum. It works very well as both for me. I'm just applying it into my skin. Then taking the Maybelline Superstay foundation. That's foundation I'm going to be using all over my face, you guys. Then taking my beauty blender. So guys, at this point, when I was looking at the camera as I was filming, I got so scared because I didn't know why the foundation was showing up as really, really light on the camera when it's like my perfect shade. It's just a perfect shade. I realized it was the lighting that caused it. So bear with me. I'm further blending that into my neck. We don't want two colors, you guys. We don't want two colors. So blending that in. Then I'm taking my LA Girl Pro concealer, the same one I've been using, to highlight my face. So I didn't use the shade that was really, really lighter than me. This shade font is typically almost my skin color. Like if I blend it into my face, it work perfectly well for me. I didn't want something popping. I didn't want an highlight that is too popping, so I just used this concealer to highlight underneath my eyes and my nose and everywhere. So I'm dragging it to the side of my nose to reduce the size, like just the contour. Just putting that underneath my eyes, like so. So after doing that, I took my beauty blender to blend it in. So I had a fan in front of me. That's why my concealer was drying up really fast. So I had to do it one by one and not the usual way of first highlighting under the eyes, the nose, the bridge of the nose, chin, and everywhere. So taking my concealer on my forehead, my chin, I'm just going to be blending that in my blender. Blend, 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 blend. So just keep blending until you have a flawless look. Then I took a darker concealer shade then use it to contour my face, just applying it on my forehead, my cheek, where I want my contour to be, then my jawline. You guys, I wanted my jawline to look snatched, then I just put it there. I'm taking my beauty blender to blend in the concealer, blending it to my hairline. Guys, you want to blend this concealer into your hairline because you don't want to have a lighter hairline and the darker concealer that used to bronze your face is looking dark. That'll look weird. You don't want that. So taking that same concealer to the nose to get my contour, just drawing that to the side of my nose, then dragging it in to my brows so it will look flawless. You guys, doing it that way. Sorry, the mirror is blocking your view a little. Now that's what I just did, as you can see. Then I took this brush to blend it in. So just push it. It's not really blending. I just pushed it in with the brush and further took it into my brows. So I do that for both sides. Just doing it that way. Then I went in with my blender. That's the pointy point of my blender to blend in the concealer. You know, I said earlier I used the brush to just push that in. So I'm setting my face with my translucent powder. So I took this, so I'm just pushing it in. So I'm using very light amount for the first instance to push that in. Then I took more powder to set underneath my eyes. Like I said, the first thing you want is little powder to set it in, then more on top to bake. So I'm putting that on my chin, then my other eyes, and down to the part of my nose that I added concealer. I added the translucent setting powder because I don't want that point creasing up as well. So I'm just using this my wedge to apply the translucent setting powder to my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. Then I'm using the same wedge to blend it in. You guys, just blend it in. Not blend really, just push it in actually. Then I'm applying it on my upper lip and my chin area because I tend to crease and get sweaty around there. So then I took my fun concealer to just mark out the edge of my like where I put my contour in. And I'm just dragging that down so you guys can see the sharp line already that I have by applying that concealer. Sharp line. So my contour is more visible that way and looks really nice. Then I'll be applying my translucent powder, same one I've been using to set in the concealer. Then leave it to bake for a while. Apply to the other side as well. And like I said, I'm just going to leave it to bake. So I applied it to my lip corners because I don't know why I tend to crease around that area. So I just applied the setting powder there. So guys, I took dark powder that I have to set my contour. So all the areas where I applied contour, I used that bronzer to set it in place and just darken it up a little to make the nose a little bit more snatched. So I'm dragging it up into my brows like I did with the concealer, taking a little bit more, then doing the same thing to the other side of my nose, you guys. Then I'm taking my brush to just dust off the excess powder on my face. So after I'm done with that, I went in back to that dark emerald shade to put on my lower lash line, just to bring out that area of my eyes. So I'm just putting it with this brush. So you want to use a small brush for this, not a thick one. So after using that, I blended it out nicely. Then I'm going in with this goldy green shade and applying it to my tear duct, just so it can pop a little, just like that. Nice. So I went in with this eyeliner that I have, a rolling eyeliner, a black one, just to smoke out my lash line. Then I'm going in with the brown of that same rolling liner to line my lips. So guys, you can see the lip liner is going on smoothly. That's because I used a lip balm before doing my entire makeup process. So it kept my lips moisturized and ready for lip liner, lip gloss and everything else. So then I took this nude lipstick to just put in the middle of my lip after the liner. So I'm applying it, then pop up the lips that way. So as you can see, then I took my lip gloss and applied it all over. Taking my sun highlighter, just put it out there. Wow, you can see that's popping. Then I'm applying it in the bridge of my nose as well. I'm blending it out with my brush. So guys, that's it for this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. So see you next time. Bye.